Hey, what's going on, everybody? How we doing? My name's Riley. This is Daudi on the phone. My boy Nate, what's poppin'?
Nathan, as always, welcome to Neighbros podcast. Neighbros Nation in the building.
What's poppin'?
Yeah. It is a Friday night. Currently 11:18 in the T-Dot. What time is it out in Calgary, Daudi?
Well, right now it's 9 o'clock, 9:18, so the night's too early here. I'm coming back from Wakanda. I'm in Calgary right now, so the night's too young and fresh, ready to go.
So did you see all the technologies there, or?
Well, the funny thing is that since I went to the border, they deported me back. So I didn't have the microchips in the lips. They just weren't having.
No.
You gotta get a lip tattoo. You gotta get a lip tattoo. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
I gotta get a lip tattoo.
I
got the.
I'm getting reference to Instagram.
Mine says colony.
It says colony. Wow.
Mine says colony.
Colonization.
Colonization.
All right, so we're not doing this Saturday morning like we usually do because man's got to work sometimes. You got to make some money.
Working quick.
Got to work all the time, right? So we decided to bring a little dark vibe to this video right here. Guys made lights.
It's nighttime here. It's nighttime in this.
It is nighttime. My window is a little darker because my ass is trying to go to sleep, and it is that time of the night.
Yeah.
But let's get to it. So Daudi, let's catch us up here. What are our topics for today? All right, what's our first topic? What are we talking about today?
I think the first stuff. I mean, I think it's been taking everything by storm, and I think everybody knows where I'm going with this. Let's just hit the crack off with Black Panther of how it's taking. I don't think everybody thought this movie was gonna go crazy in the point where you were having celebrities paying children paying for kids to go watch this movie. You have schools being invested, taking students to go watch this movie. All of a sudden, you're having this new fab of people tattooing their lips to be entered to this Wakanda. I don't think I've seen a movie go that crazy.
Bro.
Maybe I could be wrong. But
No. I literally said, "Yes, Queen, yes." No, I said this to Nate when we watched it. We went for the 10:45 show. We normally go there around 10:40, and we good.
We'll get in. Good. No problem. And to take it in, this was like 5 days after the movie came out.
5 days after.
On a Tuesday.
And by the way, the memes are very true. We saw everyone go fully dressed, which I respect.
I was fully dressed too.
Would it be weird if I came fully dressed?
You know what? Because we are in Canada and it is not as crazy as it is down south, I wouldn't mind it.
But so we got the tickets. There's one of the things it was assigned seating, and once we looked at it, literally all the seats were full except for the second row. And we're like, it can't be that bad. Whatever. We bought those tickets, and it was literally full.
Wow. Yeah, full, close. Like the second row was ridiculous. Like,
and we were literally like this.
So you had to lean back, and you still can't even see most of the screen. No, I'm going to show the people. I'm going to get right up to the camera, and this is how close we were. Like if I get on my chair. Okay, this is the normal seat back here for everyone that's watching.
We're like, oh my god, I love this too.
We were all the way up here. This is what I was looking at when I was looking at the screen. Ridiculous.
It's so close. But here comes the thing where I thought we were the biggest a-holes because not a-holes. We were smart. We were smart because we waited. We're like, no, we can't do this. We were debating to get our money back and go to another day. But we're like, no, we're already here. So we go in the hallway and wait 10 minutes, to see give or take, see any seat was open. And then the only seats that were open were the handicap. And
handicap seats.
Wow.
That's it.
Wow.
And at this point, I just came off of work. I was tired. I already paid my good money. It's like $15 to go to a movie.
God damn.
Oh my goodness.
And this is on a Tuesday.
Yeah, this is on a Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Right.
So I remember the days the movie was $9.
Oh,
crazy.
and wait, that was like a year ago.
Yeah, seriously. So $15 for a movie. I'm just like, I look to this guy. I'm just like, you know what? I am not waiting any longer to see Black Panther.
No.
I've been working all day. It is 10:45.
You gotta enjoy some cinema.
I've been here for 15, 20 minutes already. I'm gonna wait 10 minutes in the hallway, and I'm gonna go sit in that handicap seat.
But you know, that's the thing though. Nate blended in. And don't get me wrong, this is my fault.
That's because I'm slick with it. I'm like the Black
Because
Panther.
like he was in there was two sections. The first section was where everybody was. The second section was near the screen, and Nate was in the first row of the second section, so he blended in with everybody. And then I freaked out I was like, I don't know, man. I don't think I can do this, man. I don't think I can do this. So I sit in the handicap spot where there's no one around. There's like just one solo movie chair. And there's like a wide open space. So as soon as I sit down, I swear to Lord, I heard, look at this asshole. He's sitting in the handicap spot. And I was sweating for like good hour into the movie because I'm just sketched out to see if any like handicapped person, because I'll get out if it was needed, but God.
I was the opposite. I didn't care. I was watching that movie one way or another.
But you know what? Let's talk about what the movie was. Like,
Exactly.
I don't
We
think
went a
everybody
little
thought the movie
too
was gonna
much.
be that good.
We went a little too much. It was a good movie,
It
but
was damn good.
But what? Okay, so this is what I love.
Mm-hmm.
In the last couple of years, it's been Oscars so white.
Mm-hmm.
It's been women can't get jobs and they're not getting paid well within movies. And the thing I loved about this movie, it conquered both. You had basically an all-black cast, and you also had women in powerful roles.
Yeah.
And they weren't shown as weak people, right? So this movie just conquered it all at once.
I just heard Daddy go,
child, yeah, honey boo boo, let's go. And that's what I love. It just broke all the barriers and it did what it was supposed to do, and it was still good. Like the action was amazing. So that's what I think about it. Honestly, you can't go wrong with it. I give it 2 thumbs up, 5 stars, whatever you want to give it. But
Man.
it just,
2 thumbs up?
I think
What the hell? You better be getting extra thumbs into that.
I gave the 2 thumbs and 2 toes because that's all I got. I only got 2 thumbs.
But yo, I think what Nate was saying is true, but the soundtrack, Kendrick, that just made it.
No.
It's just the whole.
No, I'm sorry. I don't know why everyone's in love with this Kendrick Lamar, but it's terrible. It's just terrible. I'd rather listen to Whitney Houston any day of the week than listen to Kendrick Lamar. It's terrible.
It's terrible. Why do you say that?
You know, first of all, I see, I'm going to go back to the pressing, but you know what? I think they could have picked a lot of different, I would have rather have J. Cole speak on this album than have someone like Kendrick Lamar. I just don't think Kendrick Lamar really met with like the soundtrack. Don't get me wrong, the 2 songs they lacked from that soundtrack, but I think J. Cole personally, I think would have, with his story and his history
100%.
of being active in the community, I think J. Cole would have been. Kendrick Lamar, yeah, right, good job. He sang he did a song called Humble where he talked about lady. But you know what? Kendrick Lamar hasn't done. He as a musician, he's not really pleasant to hear when he's live. Just saying, but. Going back to the movie, I have to Nate. It's exactly what you're saying. This movie was just beautifully done. Regardless, it doesn't matter if you're not African. It doesn't matter if you're Asian. Or
no! I loved it.
If you're Caucasian, this movie was great, and I think this is what Hollywood needs to do. Hollywood needs to start having different types of heroes, even if they're from an Indian background or Persian background, because you know what, you have to start identifying the communities you're trying to contact with,
100%.
and I think this is one great way.
To go off what you said, Daudi, I saw an article that the LGBTQ community.
Wrong letters, but like we'll give it to you. Okay.
Yeah, they were upset because they didn't show any people from their community. But that goes off what you were saying. Why not show them?
Could I answer that question for you?
Yeah, go ahead.
I've been waiting for this one. And you know what? As someone who works for LGBTQ organization, and also someone who works for people who are vulnerable, as well as individuals who are with chronic dealing with chronic disease, I have to say about this is that I think that's a little bit cracked because Captain America didn't have any LGBTQ. Wonder Woman didn't have LGBTQ, but I just don't know. I don't understand why all of I don't understand why Black Panther it's a big deal. I'm sorry, but you know what? That's a little bit invalid because you know what? If you're gonna say that, how come Wonder Woman didn't have LGBTQ?
Yeah.
You know why didn't Justice League? Excuse me, Justice League should have had someone representing
Exactly.
LGBTQ. Captain America. So for any of those guys making those comments, that's pretty false and outrageous to even make that accusation. It just, you know what? I'm sorry, but if you, I'm sorry if you're gonna get mad, first screen movie, and we finally have a character right now.
Yeah.
Who is of different race, a different caste, there's women, men, all races are being represented, and this is one problem. I'm sorry, I think it's pretty invalid. It's pretty invalid, and it's very. But you know what? I haven't heard too much of that article. I do know, but I think that was just not. It was, and I explain you to that article, that OG, because they know too. Marvel should have done that a long time ago. Just saying.
Yeah, I know. I totally agree with you, and you did cut out a little bit there, but it's okay. I think people got the gist of what you were trying to say, and the thing is, like, they'll do that all the time. If it's an Afrocentric movie, show, or whatever, they'll try to bring it down because they don't want anyone within that color and to rise above whites per se, right? Like that's the whole thing is, right? So if they can bring in another group and try to get them,
it's refreshing. It was literally refreshing.
Well, it was refreshing, and that's why I was upset when I heard the LGBT. Because as someone who's an advocate, listen, when it's Calgary Pride, I'm out there. I'm out there jumping Happy Pride. I'm all about diversity and inclusion. And I think it's whoever made these accusations, it's pretty sickening. Because if you're gonna get mad at Black Panther, you better be getting mad. What happened to Avengers? Avengers didn't have any LGBTQ. Even Thor, the last Thor movie, actually was supposed to have one character, the lady, the biracial or Afro-American lady. She was actually supposed to be bisexual, but they changed the script and they made her straight, which is pretty sad.
Wow, I didn't know that.
They're trying to throw
controversy.
They're trying to throw negativity at something that's so positive and that's doing so well and is good for a lot of people. So they're trying to throw some kind of negativity on that. I don't know if you saw on Twitter, there was a picture of this white girl that was beaten up and battered and bruised, and people were putting the caption on it saying, "This is what's happening if you go to a Black Panther screening. Black people will beat you up." And they're trying to throw some negative connotations on the movie, right? So it's like it's gonna happen a lot. It's even though it's 2018, shit like this still happens, and it's hard to get away from it, right?
And you can see why, like, these stuff have been happening, but even, like, sorry to go back to what you're saying, Riley knows, which is that these have been, like, small things that have come up, but they haven't come up to big attention. Like, it's not like, and I think people are just, like Nate's saying, they're just trying to start something and it didn't go anywhere. And I think even the LGBTQ community realized it didn't go anywhere. Because let me tell you, people from Toronto, the Black community is out there because they're the ones who stopped the cops this past summer from wearing uniforms or even coming to the parade. Yeah. So I don't think this is a battle people want to go with, and I think that's why you haven't heard too much of the LG, because I'm telling you, if it goes that way, I don't think it's best, especially now where we have Orange Keto down south. So I think what people need to focus on is we need to celebrate diversity in the community. Yes. I'm with you, LGBTQ. You know what? Wonder Woman should have had something. All these Marvel movies should have had, and it's pretty sad that the last Thor movie didn't make, that character was supposed to be LGBTQ. It's unfortunate that they changed her character last minute, but and I hear you, and it's a valid point. Yeah. But I think Marvel should do something down the road.
It's just kind of fishy that it happened to be during this movie that they come out with that, because it's not like there was nothing represented in that community before in other movies, right? So like why now? That doesn't make sense.
Yes,
right?
Why now?
So there's
this movie?
There's like some other intention to try to lessen Black Panther because it is Afrocentric.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? I'm glad that people haven't got into that nonsense. You know, I mean, that was one of the problems. But I don't think people got into that. Again,
no. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like it was people were trying to get it out there and try to lessen this movie, but like a lot of people didn't listen to it, and it just kind of like fell off and was in the back burner, right? Like no one really paid attention to it because it wasn't true. Like a lot of it wasn't true, and why start something when it's not real?
Well, take this in.
Yeah.
What about having a bisexual as the lead? Because that'll be the what?
So I didn't hear your question. I didn't hear that. Sorry.
No. What if the next biggest, like right after Black Panther or another series, the lead would be bisexual
or gay or whatever,
gay.
Right? With
that would be huge. That'd be a hit.
Well, you know what? There's this new Marvel movie coming out called Marvel Girl, and I think that's the best way for the LGBTQ community to come because she is a Marvel. She's in the military, and the military has a long history within the LGBTQ. And I think this would be a great way to complement having, let's say, a woman who's in the military, serving command, and she's openly gay. I think that's a great platform, and I think that's what Marvel should be doing next. Personally.
100%. Yeah, that makes a perfectly good time to do that because you could see, like, I could see that main character being within that community, right?
No, I think that'll be a great idea.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think it's great, and I think it's great to have diversity and inclusion. And I think that's what. And I don't think of Black Panther as Afrocentric. I think of it as a way to open our minds that a hero can be anyone. You could be disabled and still be a hero. Yeah. You could be like a Dutch Canadian and still be a hero. And I think that's what Hollywood needs to start doing. Is instead of going to the same Ben and Mary and Jane or Tom and Jane, they need to go to different things because different heroes, different names, different stories. Because
that's refreshing.
Even having us, it's refreshing and it gets us more motivated, gets us inspired, and more gets those creative juices going. So I think that's where Hollywood needs to be going.
The only thing I'll say about that is if bringing in more black main characters, it opens the door for other ethnicities because you don't see a lot of Asian men in leading roles. You don't see a lot of like Indian. Brown men in leading roles. They're playing very stereotypical roles, and it doesn't allow them to grow as an actor. So like, even though like say Black Panther is basically black people, can't lie about that. It's giving it's paving a road for other ethnicities down the road.
And I agree. The one problem, I think one of the big issues of heart is that people, not big, but what people are saying, like, well, Black Panther isn't the first black hero, superhero thing. It's true, there was Blade, but Black Panther is the first superhero movie to put a positive connotation about minorities, and a representation of diverse color. And I think that, like Nate said, that's what we need to be focused. Like, I don't know if you guys watch Marvel, but there was this Marvel show called The Iron Fist, and this guy knows Kung Fu, and there was a lot of controversy saying that maybe the main character should have been Asian descent to play the role. Maybe probably that should be or whatnot, but I think that's what we need to do. We need to have people different, like Indian, Asian, even
that'll be really interesting, man.
It'd be refreshing too.
It's another spin because before all this is just the same old story, Hulk and Thor, this and that. It gets repetitive, and I think that's with Hollywood now. All the movies now are just a reincarnation of it.
But if you think of it, like all these comic books were made when in the they were made in what the 60s?
But how many times can you redo it though, or remake it?
Yeah,
it's 2018. Let's start making something new and refreshing.
Like people aren't as creative though as they used
to be.
It's
clear.
It's very saturated. It's very saturated. I should know it. Let me write a movie. I could write a movie. I have ideas. Come to me. See me, Nathan Peters at Nathan_Peters on Instagram, and holler at me if you want me to write your movie.
Or Nathan, or was B-Ball Peters on YouTube.
Yeah, whatever. I made that when I was like 12, so it's
Yeah,
all
it
good.
sounds like you made it when you're 12.
But at the end of the day, can't lie. Black Panther was a dope ass movie.
Live to the hype. Live to the hype.
That shit got me lit, fam. Like all the kids are saying. That shit got me lit, fam.
Yeah, oh yeah, you're cool, bot. You're cool, boss.
Of course
man.
I'm cool, yo. I'm like the cool dad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you are dead.
All right, Will Smith. All right.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Recognize. You know.
But you know what? Talking about states and current issues and diversity, I think one issue that I think we're going to talk about now is gun control. Riley, what do you think about this ongoing problem with gun control in the states? Like, has it gone too far?
Man.